Hey, what's happening, people? This is JM Creates here, and this is the promised Jawbreakers Book 2 review. Now, this one, we're going to do a little different from the Book 1 review, I think, just in mindset, because, first and foremost, this was not something that I've read before, so I think I'm going to be a little more leery of spoilers on this one. Although I guess I'm gonna have to kind of put a couple spoilers in there, so just be warned if you haven't gotten yours yet in the mail. I'm trying to be sensitive to people who haven't gotten it yet, but who ordered it. I don't want to ruin it for people who spent their good money and have been super excited and waiting for it. So I'm gonna try and keep the spoilers to a minimum, but I'm gonna probably have to mention a couple just because. So just keep that in mind. Maybe I'll try and warn you before I get to them, if I remember. So anyway, this is Jawbreakers Book 2, once again written by Richard C. Meyer, also known as your boy Zach. And this one, the art is all done by Kelsey Shannon. And I'm going to preface this review by saying I love Kelsey Shannon. Kelsey Shannon's art I love. I think he's a cool dude. I've interacted with him a few times on Twitter, back and forth. He's helped me with some constructive criticism for my art, which is super cool because he doesn't have to do that, but he did. And especially now that I'm hearing people talk on other streams about how he doesn't answer them back, even though he's working with them, and he takes like 3 days to answer people back. I definitely, sorry about that, Doug, but he gave me feedback right away. Anyway, this is Jawbreakers Book 2. This is continuing the story of the God King. You remember where we left off, because it's literally right there. They landed in New York City. All their guns were turned to rose petals, so they had no weapons left. And again, it's kind of hard. I mean, I'm literally on the first page. There's a spoiler here. Again, keeping in mind that Jawbreakers Book 1 and Book 2 here definitely take place after Lost Souls. I would say some years after, probably, but I don't know that for sure. So we get right off the bat, they have no weapons, but they're like, we still have to figure out, how to get to this guy and take him out. We're pretty sure he's in Central Park, and Devil Dog starts walking ahead, and all of a sudden, boom, he steps on a landmine, which wasn't like a real physical landmine, actually. It's like some sort of a I don't know. Like the God King used his powers to make this landmine. And then the craziest thing here, and this is a cool scene. This was really a surprise to me. First and foremost, Devil Dog, right on the first page of Book 2, gets blown up, and then he tells Silkworm, "Throw me. I'm just meat now. Throw me so I can be of use." So basically what he's saying is, throw me and I'll blow up some more of the mines so you know where not to step. And Silkworm does it. He chucks him and boom. And then that's it. That is the end of Devil Dog. Devil Dog is dead. So spoilers, right off the bat in Book 2, we're killing off one of the Jawbreakers. Like, it's insane. Like, who would have thought? I totally did not expect that to happen, honestly. There's a death in Lost Souls that I did not expect, and there is a death here that I totally did not expect. But I'm thinking that possibly the way that Zach is looking at this book, this series here, is this is like the final series of the Jawbreakers. Like, we're getting Lost Souls, which is them like doing their thing when they're just a team and everything's good. And now this is the end of the Jawbreakers, probably. So, like, this may be the Jawbreakers' last story, although it won't be the last story we read of them. This may be, like, how their characters will end, or their story will end at some point. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see how it goes from here. So anyway, Killswitch comes back, and they're like, drop off a boat. We're out of here. They're gonna give up. And then the plane actually explodes. So now, within the first couple pages, Devil Dog is dead, and now Killswitch is dead. And they're pretty sure that Silkworm's daughter was on the plane, so she's dead too. He tells Knife Hand to chop the piling on the dock there, so he does. This is a great panel. I love that panel. There's so much energy in that panel right there. It's super cool. I love Kelsey Shannon's art. I don't know if he colored this himself. Does it say? I don't think it says who did the colors. I'm gonna assume that Kelsey colored it himself too, because I know he's a really good colorist as well as an artist. And oh, speaking of, Kelsey generally works digitally, I believe. He works all digitally. And this is what I was talking about. Like, this is what I expect a digital book to look like when someone works all digitally. So that's why I give Malin a lot of props on how his book looks. Now, nothing against this look, because I know Kelsey does more of a cartoony style, and I like Kelsey's style a lot. So it's just difference in styles, that's all. But anyway, so he chops this up, and then the Ninja Clan appears, and they all come out, and this is actually pretty ingenious. Silkworm told him to chop the thing so that the ninja, because he knew the ninjas would appear to come get him again, like they always do. But when they appeared, they all landed on the landmines, and so it blew them all up. And then they have all these bodies, and so they step on the bodies, because the bodies are obviously, they've already set off landmines, so they're safe. So they walk across the bodies to get away. And then we get another crazy reveal. Spoiler alert. Okay, here we go. Spoilers again. Knife Hand can talk. It's not that he couldn't talk before. He just literally chose not to. And he leaves. He apparently he never liked the Jawbreakers, and he's leaving. He's like, my clan is dead now. I'm free to get my revenge. I don't revenge on who, I have no idea, but he's like, I'm out. See ya. Peace. And you know, they're pissed. Like, Hell Priest is pissed about it. Everybody's pissed about it. But what are they gonna do? They can't stop him. He's a superpowered ninja. Like, just they have to let him go. So then it turns out they get, you know, as they're walking through Manhattan, things are very strange. In the city, things are really weird. Like, former criminals are selling hot dogs, which is kind of funny, because you know what they say about hot dog stands. They have to treat their customers well, or they're not going to sell more hot dogs. And the people, like he says, like, they have to, the people are all under the control of the God King, and the God King apparently is still kind of a baby, a big baby, and all the people are big babies, I guess, because they're under his control, so they have to hug so that they think it's, like, all good, because they've never seen violence, apparently, and they wouldn't know how to handle it. So it turns out they end up finding out what happened. Apparently, well, I don't know if I should get too much into the story of who the God King is and where he comes from. I think I'll just let you read that, okay? But you can see where Zach is building a bigger superhero world. There are other heroes and villains and people that we have not met, obviously, who are part of this world. Again, the Jawbreakers were always like street level heroes, and they were not needed when the millennials came and had so much power that they could just wipe out crime, and it just didn't matter. So the street level guys weren't needed. That's why they went overseas, because that was the only place they could still earn a living. So there's a kind of a Fantastic Four-ish group, and something. I don't want to get too much into spoiler territories at this point, especially. I'm gonna skip. I know I don't think Zach would hit me with a copyright strike or anything like that. But I'm gonna just skip ahead, and we're just gonna say things don't end on the happiest of notes. We learn something about Silkworm. We learn something about his ex-wife and his daughter and their relationship, and then that's it. It's boom. It's to be continued. They're in the middle of Manhattan. There is a god who wants to kill them, and they want to kill the god. They're trying to figure out how to do it, and then they find out some bad stuff about their own people. So definitely Another interesting couple of twists and turns in this issue. The story's not over. That's the key. I kind of thought they were just going to wrap up the story here in book 2 and just that was going to be that. So now I'm thinking at some point we're going to have to get a Jawbreakers book 3. So I'm not sure what Zach's plans are, if he's going to put another Jawbreakers campaign together, like a Jawbreakers Lost Souls type campaign together with another big Jawbreakers story, and then in the back maybe have Jawbreakers book 3, and maybe that will wrap up the story, or maybe book 3 and book 4 to wrap up that story. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see. It's kind of an interesting, different way to tell a story here, because you've got like two things happening at once. You've got the big one shot, and then you've got the miniseries at the same time. So it'll be really cool to see if he does another campaign like that. I know we're getting a standalone Devil Dog book. I think we're going to get a standalone Hell Priest book. I think he mentioned that, which is definitely cool because I like Hell Priest. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And then back here we've got the fan art. Let's give the Ethan Van Sciver fan art is kind of like a strange way to put it. I love this one though, the cartoony look. Definitely cool. I definitely think that was definitely cool. This is Pablo Romero. And then Sashi doing Zashi, her sort of a namesake. And then there's another one by Sashi here, doing the super cute Zashi and Splato. And then Vincent Michael Rush. I love this picture, I really do. That's definitely a really cool piece of fan art right there. And then that's it. That's the end of the book, dude. We get Luna, and we get a thank you message. So as far as book 2 goes, I would definitely say book 2 is definitely darker than book 1. I feel like it's definitely more of a dark chapter, if you're gonna call it the dark middle chapter of the Jawbreakers story. Whatever, but it's definitely more of a darker tone than the first one. I mean, obviously, like, main, Jawbreakers characters are getting killed off, so obviously something's going bad. So we'll see what happens with book 3. I'm not sure when we're going to see book 3. I'm sure we will see book 3 at some point. But anyway, as far as book 2 is concerned, Kelsey's art, I love Kelsey's art. I always have. I probably always will. Kelsey Shannon's a great artist. I love his art, and I still think Zach knows how to tell a story. I really do. I think people can rip on him all they want, but the dude can tell a good story. He can tell a good action adventure story every time, it seems like, because so far, at least in the Jawbreakers world, he's batting 1,000. I didn't read Iron Sights, so I can't really say. But anyway, as far as book 2 is concerned, I would definitely give it another thumbs up because I enjoyed it. And I would say, again, as part of the whole package, this is one heck of a package that you got here in Jawbreakers. So I would definitely say, as far as book 2 is concerned, thumbs up. There's some cool twists and turns. Again, some interesting stuff. And so I would definitely say I would recommend. I mean, obviously, if you got it, you're going to read it. But I would definitely say it's a good read. It's a good book. And the art's great. I love Kelsey's art. And that's it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That would certainly help out the channel. If you want to share it, that would be awesome. Comment on the videos. I love getting comments. You guys, the people who are there, they can tell you. I try to answer every single comment because I don't get that many comments. So why not have a conversation, right? I love having conversations with the people who watch my videos, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I don't care. But definitely give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at jam_creates. I'm also on Instagram at jam_creates. I'm on Minds. My videos are also mirrored on BitChute. I'm kind of like all over the place. I'm on DeviantArt if you want to see some of my artwork. And again, if you want to see some of my comic books that I made when I was a kid, those are on my website. Those are on, I share them on my channel here. I do videos about them. So definitely check those out. And I will talk to you guys soon, okay? And we're just going to... Peace out.